Hello, this is Nindy Kerr of Nindy's Creative Corner. Today we will be learning about the paper trimmer from Stampin' Up. I will first show you the basic parts. There's a scoring blade and a cutting blade. Remember, the lighter color makes the lighter mark, the darker color cuts through. Here's the arm. There's also a nifty lock feature. You go like this and it will stay locked so you don't have your arm flapping in the breeze breaking. These dark marks here next to the ruler, which is on both sides and both ends, helps keep your paper straight. It's raised. The grid marks are 1/4 inch. And there's 1.25 inches on this side. So if you want to just cut, an inch or below, you can stick the major part of the paper here and just measure. 1/8 of an inch is about here, and 1/4 of an inch is this first mark on this side over here. And just cut. You'll notice both your blades are over here, so that your paper can fit through. Same at the other end. They will fit through so your paper can line up against the edge without you cutting it. Your measurements here are just barely over 12.5, or about 12.5. You open up the extended measuring arm, and the last mark is 14 5/8. So, or 5/16, something. Anyway, the big one is 1/2. And yes, it is marked in 16ths. So you can cut pretty accurate, however small you want. And most of us don't need more than 16ths. There is a neat part on the bottom where you can store a bone folder, a replacement cutting mat, your rotary blades, and your extra cutting and scoring blades. We will discuss those too. I'll get some out and we will demonstrate those. But you can take, have whatever you need when you go someplace else to stamp. Now the cutting blades, the scoring blade, you can also get replacements for those. You'll notice down here there's a wider mark down here at the end. Move your blade down there and pry it up at the little oval part up here at the top. You'll notice there's a little hook here which keeps your blade, not only does it snap right into the groove there, but it snaps around this edge too, so there's very little chance of it falling off. I've never experienced that. When you get a new blade, it comes with a protective cover over the cutting blade, but since this one's a fairly new blade, we'll just stick it back in. You first loop the little hook over the end and then just punch this into the bigger part of the hole. And there we go. Works great. If you're like me, sometimes your paper trimmer gets dirty. You just spray it with the Stampin' Mist and get a cloth, or in my case I usually use a tissue. If you get adhesives on there, you can use your adhesive remover. Anyway, you can just clean it off with the Stampin' Mist. Alright, now I will show you how to use the rotary arm, since that is a new feature. This arm here can be removed. Just lift it up, pull out one end, and then it will just slip out the other end. The rotary arm comes in this box, which I store mine in so that it won't break when I'm not using it. And you just put it in. There's a little hole here on each end, So just slip this in. And make sure your trimmer will be in the correct place. Okay, there we go. And then on the other end, you'll just need to pull a little bit and pop it in. There you go. So it only takes a couple seconds. Now, after you have attached your rotary arm, you need to make sure and switch this replacement cutting, well, the cutting mat. You'll notice there's a groove on one side, which we use with our normal blades, and the opposite sides there are the grooves, and the sides are straight and smooth. Use the smooth side with your rotary cutting arm. That will help you get good results. You don't get quite as good results with the groove side. It comes with a straight blade. Here's the blade here. It has little grooves on the side that you will see, and it's smooth on the back side. This is helpful. I don't know, it just depends on your preference, whether you like the little blade or this. To cut with this, you just push down on the top all the way and cut. You want to sharpen your blades. Just get a piece of foil, fold it so it's in 3 or 4 layers. I'll double this so it's in 4. Although this narrow is going to be harder to work with, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so you just stick it in like paper. And let me see, we want a little bit less than that. I usually just put it to the edge of the gray mark. Push down, cut. You get all these lots of little foil strips, but you do eventually need to replace your blades anyway, but this will let them last until your order gets in. Okay, let's learn how to change a blade. Lift up the flap, pull along the little grooves. If you can see there are 3 little half circle things to help you remove the blade. Comes with, let me see, I guess that was the perforating blade, no wonder. Okay, there's a little mark right here to tell you what it is. This is the small wavy, I think they call it the small scalloped. You'll notice the back side is flat. That is the part you don't see. It goes in, against this gray part. But you just slide it in with the curved part down. Put that in and you can cut with it. So press down. You usually need to press rather firmly and you get a nice little scalloped edge. Might as well leave that there. Replace the blade for the little zigzag. I can't remember what it's called. The small wave or something. But it's a small zigzag. So curved end down, textured end in front on the outside. Let's try this one. And you get this little itty bitty zigzag compared to the small scallop. As you can see, I used the perforated one at first. We'll try, well, I'll show you the straight one. So put it back in with the little curved part out the front. Much better. And then the perforating blade, which apparently was in at first. We'll stick it in and give you an evaluation of a real perf instead of the Okay, you'll notice you can fold it. I mean, I can imagine my grandkids having fun, just no purpose to it, just carrying it. That is the essential basics of the paper trimmer. So, have fun using this tool that can help you get all your measurements correct and squared out for when you're making your cards and other projects. So happy stamping! Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please leave comments on my blog. Thanks! Happy stamping! Bye!